Todd, you
What kind of race is that?
where's this guy going?
2 other than optional 30.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sports Stream Network, brought to you by Internet Stream Incorporated. We are here down at Gulfstream Park in Hollandale, Florida, with the Jeff DeForest DeFo radio show coming up soon. Stay tuned to SportsStreamNetwork.com.
Why didn't you ride it in the Kentucky Derby? Put Joe Rocco on.
We'll be started shortly. I don't know where to go.
We should be watching this race on the car, right? This is an interesting race coming up in Gulfstream. How about Union Label? I mean, that's Amity Racing's MO, but he's not supposed to get beat the last time out in the beat. They run 10-2. That's his MO. That's the guy I took Dreamcastle from.
Kyle is singing. Guys are live. Okay, let's go. All right, welcome to the show.
We're live.
SportsStreamNetwork.com.
Well, good. At least somebody was.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, who's ever in the shot is in the shot. And I love the fact that these guys leave degenerate carnage right here as we come to you live today from Gulfstream Park.
I'll give these to the Leaper. He'll check these. There's probably winning tickets.
No, all that's ugliness. But I do have some winners in my pocket, which is good. Your favorite track, Monmouth Park.
Yes.
4 ball coming home, a little 40 to win, got me back to live. And
were you dead? Did you come
in pretty good just for the fun of it, thinking I was invincible? Have you ever come here thinking you were invincible?
Yes.
And what happened?
I went home with my tail between my legs.
Yes. You learned what it was like to be involved in a prison rape, right?
It's what it felt like.
That's what it feels like in the morning when you get old, doesn't it?
It was kind of hard to take, but yeah.
Yeah, the girl, the Mustang, of course, who you guys are familiar with, says to me, "You okay in there? I'm in the bathroom." I said, "Yeah, I feel like I was in a prison rape this morning."
Was there strange sounds coming out from the?
It's painful, man. Getting old is no good, man. You're still young. You're still in your prime, which is good. Anyway, a great weekend to be out here at Gulfstream Park. They have all kinds of festivities in association with American Pharoah running in your favorite race. And I think it's surprising this race wasn't named after you, the Eddie Haskell Invitational.
Yes, Mrs.
Named after one of the great characters in television history.
Yes.
And you got American Pharoah going. Got to be 1 to 5. I don't know. Why do people always have to have a controversy about something like this?
What is the controversy?
People saying, "Oh, well, what kind of crazy people would let this horse run? He's going to be worth what?" I think they're charging. Did Mike tell us it was $200,000 for a stallion share?
That's what
So
it's
typically
going to start at. Yeah.
You'd breed to 40 mares, which isn't a bad number every year. Imagine you had 40 babes a year.
Right.
Some repeaters. But, so what's that, $8 million every year that you're going to make? Or is it $80 million? 8, right?
$8 million.
$8 million a year.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with a showcase, a couple of showcases. I mean, a Haskell seems to be just sort of a setup race, although you had, an inclination to maybe go ahead and stick with your man.
I'm going to stick with Upstart.
Upstart.
Coming out of the one hole. Had early promise here at Gulfstream, was on the 3-year-old watch list for a horse that could be, a horse to watch, and had a couple of problems and didn't pan out that well. But you know what? Maybe maturing a little bit late, maybe has some type of a shot here against the great American Pharaoh.
Yeah. As a horse racing fan, though, it was kind of nice to see this horse, number one, win the Triple Crown finally.
Right.
After 37 years.
Having a winner, that was good.
And then, I don't know that these are the greatest people in the history of horse racing. The Zayats seem to have also their share of detractors.
Right.
Here's your 1-6 for breakfast at Woodbine.
Yeah, but it's very short priced exacta.
Yes. You have it?
And no, I don't. I went to the 2. And again, ripping some more tickets has become kind of the way it's been going. But there's big promise for the weekend, like you say. The Eddie Haskell on Sunday, and tomorrow's card not bad either. So Monmouth has got a big weekend ahead.
Now what about you and the animal? And you're a Jersey guy, as we know, Jersey Kyle. I mean, but you went to the Breeders' Cup there at Monmouth Park, which.
Turned out to be a disaster.
It was a shame. It's kind of like the last Super Bowl they had here in South Florida. Was that the last one when it rained?
Yep.
And the Bears were playing somebody, and Peyton Manning, right? And the Colts were playing the Bears. And was that the game?
I think so. That was when Peyton got his Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was really like a crappy game. I mean, it was just an absolute disaster. And it wasn't Goodell at the time. I guess it was Paul Tagliabue.
Right.
Was it Goodell? It might have been Goodell who said, "That's it. No more Super Bowls in South Florida. We've had 10 of them there. It's been beautiful for 9. It rained one time. Unless you people go ahead and spend about $500 million on a stadium upgrade, we will never come back to South Florida again."
All right.
Which seems like a mistake, because I've been to the last several Super Bowl sites. Always go out there to do my radio broadcasts.
Yeah,
and I would have to say several of them, it's highly questionable whether you would ever want to go back to that city or even go to those cities in the first place.
The selection cities for the last few years haven't been great, right?
Indianapolis was one.
A disaster.
Arizona's okay, but nothing special. I mean, unless you like cactus and Mexican food, there's no reason to go there.
Right.
Oh, I'm sounding like Donald Trump now. I don't want to get in
into
any jackpots. Yeah, but there's just not that much going on there. There's turf paradise for the degenerates.
Where you spent most of the week?
You know what's funny? I mean, obviously, we talked about this on the show before, where you have certain bucket list things, and with us, it would be to go to every racetrack in the universe.
Right.
For some people, it's baseball stadiums. I don't even know that it's that interesting anymore, because I kind of like the old school stuff, and now all the modern stadiums are somewhat similar, are they not?
Cookie cutter, they all look the same, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, they're all nice and everything, but I like the old school stuff. I like the idiosyncrasies of, going to some arena. My favorite boxing place was always the Olympic Auditorium in L.A. because you could see the blood dripping off the walls there in the locker room. And as you walked around the arena, it had that kind of ambiance. But Monmouth, I mean, is one of those places. I can't believe I've never been there. I always wanted to go see the great Walter Blum ride. You grew up there, though. I mean, so on Haskell Day, I mean, is that like a national holiday in New Jersey?
It's always been a big day. I mean, they've always gotten, 40, 50,000 fans out there. This year, I'm sure they're going to go 60 plus just because the Pharaoh's coming. But, I mean, it's a big old track. I'm sure it's going to be able to handle the crowd, and it should be a great day out there for everybody. Hopefully the weather cooperates, and it looks like they got good weather predicted for the weekend. So, yeah, it should be. Hopefully Monmouth will get to shine a little bit. The Breeders' Cup was it rained for
that was unfortunate,
three
right?
straight days.
How bad was it?
Well, as the animal put it, this sucks.
Well, we've been victimized by that a couple of times. The 2 times we went to Kentucky for the Derby, it was crappy weather both times.
But in the fashion that we went, I mean,
it really didn't matter,
we didn't know what the weather was due to the great Tom Ferrara, who had hooked us up with the Gold Room tickets. And
the Gold Room tickets were big, yeah. How much did you have to send in? I mean, you had to send in an enormous amount of money to get that.
Well, the face value on those tickets, believe it or not, for Oaks Day and Derby Day were like $1,300
a pop.
Yes.
And that included a salami sandwich, which was good. Yeah.
Well, no, the buffet was really
you
good.
You could eat whatever the hell you wanted.
Yeah, and it was unlimited drinks.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked out to be a fun time, and then getting on the backstretch was great. So, I mean, it all worked out. But, this day at Monmouth should be a great day. I think they got a good field. 8 or 9 horses going to run.
8 horses, I think, are
8,
scheduled
yeah.
to go, yeah.
Okay.
Fletcher's got 3 of them. He just can't handle it that Baffert beat him in the Triple Crown. And beat him to a Triple Crown, right? Fletcher, I mean, obviously he's never won a Triple Crown either. I guess he's won his share of Triple Crown races. Upstart was kind of interesting, though. This horse race at Gulfstream early in the year was kind of the darling of the 3-year-old set on the East Coast, or at least the Southeast Coast. And a lot of people had great promise for this horse. He sort of staggered. What did he do? He won the Fountain of Youth, and then by the time he got to the Florida Derby, who was that horse that everybody fell in love with? He had raced like 2 times. I think it was another Fletcher Monster. And I can't remember the name of the horse that won the Florida Derby, but he fell by the wayside also.
Yeah, I had a terrible Kentucky Derby, right?
And that's it, right?
That was the last we saw of him.
I like it, though. I don't know why these people are so down. Why would people care about this horse running and worried about whether the Zayats would be able to keep their breeding money? Coolmore, I guess, Farms ended up buying the horse. Or taking the what is that, syndication for the studs,
right?
And obviously the Zayats probably got a big piece, and maybe got a big piece of change. But you think they'll pay those trainers on the backstretch? You know a couple of guys that were looking for that guy, don't you?
Well, the rumors were out there that he owed a bunch of people some money, right? The guy never paid him.
Yeah, he was like the Larry King of horse owners.
He never paid any of his debts. That wasn't good.
That's how rich people roll sometimes. I mean, that's how they stay rich. They just stiff everybody and they figure out a way to do it. Look how many times Donald Trump has filed for bankruptcy with his various enterprises.
And now running for president.
50 Cent, who ran that stupid video, the rapper, and he got nailed for $5 million by the courts for defamation of character of the woman and torturous interference and all of this stuff that you usually hear, like terms you hear on American Gangster. And then he files for bankruptcy.
Torturous interference.
Yeah, that's a radio term. I've seen that a few times in contracts.
I thought that was a racetrack term because it's usually the guy, that keeps coming over and stealing your form.
Yeah.
And
we had a guy like that hovering around us this morning on the radio. I don't know. Oh, you weren't here when that guy...
No, I was already gone. But
you were gone. What a good time we had. But we had one of those hoverers.
I'm in the middle of doing a pick 3 handicap, and the guy, can I look at your form?
You mind if I borrow your racing form? Don't lose that, by the way.
This is torturous
interference. I had to fight for that racing form.
How did you get this form?
I stole it out of the front desk there.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
I went for tomorrow's. And
when was the last time you bought a form? Because you're notorious. I bought
one yesterday.
No, you did not buy a form.
I could get a free one. No, I mean, there's one thing. What is it else? What else in life? If you could get it for free, I guess sex would be one thing.
That's not always free.
That you would you be better off paying for it? You're never better off paying for a racing form, are you? I mean, if you could get a freebie, why would you possibly do anything else?
Well, like out in Vegas, you get a free muffin, a cup of coffee, and a racing form to start your day, which is nice.
That's the greatest, right?
Yeah, that's good.
The greatest.
And they treat you
it's
like...
only 9:30.
The fact that you're, a small $2 bettor, they still treat you like, you're going to be one of the top-notch players there in the sports book.
As long as you tip the tellers, you come out okay.
Tip the tellers. Let them watch your action in Vegas.
And if I get a racing form, what room are you in?
Yeah.
1402. Okay, that's on us.
Very good. Thank you, Mr.
Right?
Underhill.
I don't mind. I would rather give the person that's taking care of me the money for the form than... I don't know what it is about buying racing forms or programs or things like that. How do we look? Okay? No? We're off? Oh, that ain't good.
Terrible. Well,
yeah. All right, we got to get a hold of Jory. See what's happening. We're not even running.
But the young lady there just said that the...
Let me find these guys. They took off. They went to go play casino games.
Do you have anything alive in the double, which is much more important than the video
it really
feed?
sucks. I made one of my wheels at Woodbine. They have a thing where you can bet a 20-cent pick 3.
Yes.
So if you like one horse, and this may be going all for naught here, but if you like one horse, you can wheel them, and no matter what the price, now you got the others, and you're in good shape. And but I made a wheel, and then I made another $1 wheel, and I would have had the first 2 legs with all, but I have a 20-cent all ticket working. That's it. But it was a 5-2, a 5-2, and I don't know. I would need. Let me see here. I'm looking on the board. I would need like the 3 to come in. Are we in? Okay. Oh, we're good? Okay, because...
the computer goes off.
Oh, okay. Very good, man.
So you've been on the air the whole time, even when you've been giving out this.
Todd's listening. He came running, man. So the good news is he can see us, which is good.
Excellent. So he knows if there's been a malfunction.
Oh, look at that, man. We look tremendous here. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
We're all good. We're on. She was all worried about us.
Yeah,
all right, we're live here at Gulfstream Park. Lots of stuff going on. We had a good time this morning. I ended up talking to Mick Foley of wrestling fame, who I've met.
From the WWE or whatever it is?
WWE, yeah. I mean, this guy... See, you are probably like me, one of those people that think that wrestling is completely phony, which, essentially it is. But the question is, and this was always a disclaimer on professional wrestling telecasts, and they would say, these are strictly for entertainment purposes to show the skill and stamina of the athletes. In other words, they were kind of given a disclaimer that this sporting event was not on a level.
Right.
Henry Hill could have done that with those Boston College games, right?
They weren't on a level.
This is strictly an exhibition. This is the way to put it. Strictly an exhibition to show the skill and stamina of the athletes. And thinking, great. I mean, what does that mean exactly? So they had scripted the whole thing, and sure enough, turns out that not all of it was as fake as we might have thought.
Well, you look at some of these retired wrestlers, and they can barely walk. They
all look like Mickey Rourke in the wrestling.
They're pretty much crippled.
That was a pretty good depiction of everything.
Yeah. I mean, the one guy that you had on the show, which was a friend of mine from back in New Jersey, Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page, yeah.
Right, and he's running some type of a program to try to help these old wrestlers just survive, basically.
Foley was a guy that was known for taking atrocious, beatings before coming up with a win.
Yeah.
I mean, he would
blood coming
hit him
from
in the
everywhere.
Face with barbed wire.
2x4s with nails in it.
It's kind of like the story of our first marriages. Well, you only had one.
One, and that was enough.
What was the worst thing she ever threw at you?
Frying pan.
That's interesting because Foley told us that I asked him, of course, with all this controversy going on about Tom Brady, who now the judge, he likes you. The judge is saying in federal court, listen, I'm going to come up with a one-time only decision. This is going to happen on September 4th, and whatever it is, that's going to be it.
Yes.
I mean, they got ISIS maniacs running around. They got Iran is developing nuclear weapons, and we're worried about tying up federal court time with whether this quarterback can play 4 games of NFL football.
Yeah, which
pretty
is
ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah.
Right, but Foley told us that, we were talking about the foreign object versus deflating footballs.
You're a big fan of the foreign object.
I think the foreign object, I honestly believe this in my heart of hearts. I like all sports pretty much, not particularly fond of soccer, as evidenced on this show. But I think the foreign object is the most important piece of sporting equipment that's ever been used
in a sporting event.
In any venue.
Yeah.
Think about it for a second. What can you really put in there in your trunks? You go to the trunks, the referee always is flat out, like he's on the ground, laid out by an atomic skull crusher.
Piece of lead.
What do you got at Saratoga, by the way?
I have nothing. I'm ready for the crowd to erupt, but it's a 2-1 shot on a lead, and I don't think anybody really cares.
All right, yeah, nobody cares about that. It's Saratoga.
Yeah, it's chalk.
We need you to do a quick handicapping session here on Monmouth Park. But the foreign object, it could be a variety of things. Usually you're thinking what, like brass knuckles?
Yeah, or like just a piece of lead pipe, that you got stuck in there, something. I mean...
And it was always amazing because the announcer was aware of it. The crowd was aware of it.
Right.
Everybody was aware of it except the one guy that mattered, the referee.
And it was usually hid either in the trunks or in the turnbuckle. He would go to the turnbuckle and pull it out of hidden in the turnbuckle.
Who were the big wrestlers in New Jersey? Was it the same guys as in New York? Or?
Well, when I was a kid, you had Bruno Sammartino.
Sammartino was great.
Victor Rivera.
All right.
Chief Jay Strongbow was one of my...
Was he a midget?
No, and then, of course, the great George the Animal Steele.
Who ate the turnbuckle for breakfast.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Jory was a big fan of George the Animal Steele. He's wearing a George the Animal Steele T-shirt.
Love the animal.
The animal was great. But Foley's telling us, I asked him today, I said, hey, listen, with all this controversy in the National Football League trying to steal the spotlight from the great sport of professional wrestling, what was the most vicious example of use against you of a foreign object?
And what was it?
It went back to New Jersey. And he said that...
was it the T-Neck Armory?
He might have been at the T-Neck Armory. He might have been there with the Knights of Columbus or whoever it was that hung out at the...
Yes.
Who hung out at the T-Neck Armory besides Bobby Ches?
No one. I mean, what was that?
That was a Tonawanda. Where's Tonawanda? Totowa.
Yeah, Totowa was
Not
another.
Tonawanda, it's Totowa.
I think it was the Totowa, which is up in North Jersey somewhere. Probably
Totowa, what was that? The Veterans Center, Knights of Columbus. What would be some other places that had like a facility? Who are the guys with the fez? Not the people from Tunisia.
The Shiners?
Shriners.
The Shriners.
Shiners.
I don't know.
You had a couple of Shiners this morning when you woke up. Some guy was looking for your rent.
Listen, I'm going to walk over to the betting machine right now.
You have to, man.
I've got to bet this 6 at Monmouth at 5-1.
I think we both need to do that.
I think it's worth a shot. I think it's time for our first break.
I think we're going to have to take a mandatory
8 count
degenerate break here.
A mandatory 8.
I'll give you the 8 count. A standing 8 is my favorite.
Yeah, a standing 8.
Right there with the foreign object. Well, just to finish the thought, I mean, Foley tells us he was Mankind.
Yes.
He was, what was the other thing he went by? I keep forgetting it. It wasn't
like
Diamond
a
Dallas
farmer or
Page.
something. He looked like a
Cactus Jack.
Yeah, he had the overalls.
Is that what he wore? He wore overalls?
I think overalls and a flannel shirt.
I met him like 2 years ago at the Super Bowl in New York.
Yes.
Mick Foley. And he seemed like, you got a 6 coming in at...
he's 1-1, 1-2. Nobody wants him. They're really looking for an upset. Yeah.
1-2?
1-2 at the stream.
All right.
He looks like he's in a hand ride at this point, and it looks like he's going to draw
jogging home.
But
he said that they all went and they went to some prop shop or something, or like some dollar store.
Yes.
They decided they were really going to do it up one night in the WWE. So they go out and they get like a bunch of foreign objects from a novelty shop.
Yes.
And he said that one of the other guys that he was wrestling bought a frying pan.
That's good.
A frying pan.
And hit him over the head.
Much like your ex-wife, and fired it right at his face.
I get it.
And happened to land a couple of blows.
Listen, if I sit here and listen
have to
to
go
this,
to the gate.
I've got to get this in because I really feel that this is one of the ice cold 61s.
Hockey Bob on the side of the stadium. All right, so we're going to take our big break here on SportsStreamNetwork.com. Helen, you want to say hello to some people? We're going to have you come on in just a sec. All of a sudden, everybody's camera shy.
I was going to have you. Why don't you? There's a guy over there that's like won 4,000 races, one of the leading trainers in the country.
Yeah.
Why don't you interview him?
We might just do that.
Right there. He wants to
right now, we got to take a break so I can get down on Monmouth. All right, we'll be back with more on SportsStreamNetwork.com. In a moment, we're live from Gulfstream Park, and always happy to be here. And we'll come back and bring you the second half hour of the show in just a moment. Alan.
What's happening, buddy?
Let me get a picture of you.
Ahí en you take the teeth out,
Dr. O'Neill just told me, he said it's 21 days, he must be out of his fucking mind. The state doesn't even know yet because they haven't decided it, and the HPK hasn't. No one here knows what they're doing.
David Gunn's on the lead. JoJo's gal for Alicia's mother.
Come on, sit. Load his pig down. There you go. Oh, one wholesale. I'll be right back.
That's when they big money. 600 a week.
I'll have my media girl put it up right now.
Oh, the boys will love that too. Rosie came on. Rosie Brennan. He's still up there. He's up on the street.
Well, you know, that's the thing. She fully
Or put me out of work. How's that? That's not a bad thing. Maurice brought a Maurice brings a team down from Montreal. This is his team. There's a big team. So we're out there, Piedmont and myself, and KBT on right? So number 14. Who's the Raven Cups on the 8th? Surge. He let one go over my shoulder. I dropped the cover and went over my shoulder to the top 20. Sorry, it was just a wizard. He was so big.
so hard and sexy.
Danny Gallup.
Everybody is calling. How did a guy like him get a
You're right. He's not here.
No, he's kind of like a ginger lumberjack. He's just like an Irish leprechaun or whatever. But I have to say, I mean, I think what it is what she wants right now more than anything is like levity. I mean, she just needs something. He keeps her in stitches 24/7. She's a very funny guy. He makes her laugh and crazy. I think she just needs He's extremely loyal to her. Which is, I was telling David, on the one hand, I appreciate even when she does something just dead wrong, like when she was behaving the way she was behaving the other night, he should have said, hey, you're wrong, you're wrong, your mother's right, whatever. But he would never do that, no matter how wrong she is or how bad she is. Instead of, always takes her side of the fence and backs her up. Good on one.
Hey, jury. Are we're on? We're good? Yeah, all right. Anyway, I'm back after a quick winner at Monmouth Park. The 6-ball did roll, $60 exact. So the mood has picked up a little bit here at Gulfstream Park. I'm waiting for my partner there as he's over at the windows just pounding away, trying to get some more action in. But that's the way it goes here at Gulfstream. But hey, and there he is, the world-famous Larry the Leaper.
Hello, everybody.
Larry, what games did you give out this morning to the public?
Let me tell you about when I give out games on that radio show.
Yes.
I'm giving out my life, okay? And here it is. And when not too many people see it. There it is, okay? Whatever I bet, whatever I told everybody,
go the other way.
I put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I just want everybody to know that.
And
okay?
So what did you give out? What did you give out this morning, Larry? Can you tell me?
We're gonna win today.
Can you tell me what did you give out this morning? What were the
games?
Listen,
the Cardinals are playing Colorado Rockies.
Yes,
they're laying 220. You got to knock that down because it's just a little too much chalk. St. Louis have been losing or not playing too good lately. They'll
think
bounce
today
back
they're going to have a great game?
Yeah. Well, it's a tough thing. You lay a run and a half. Most games are won by a run.
Wait a minute, my bookies here. I got to pay up.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in trouble.
Oh no, man! Don't worry, we're going to get even tonight. So anyway, the kiss of that. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of haters out there, folks. But that's okay. I deal with that. I've been dealing with that my whole life. Bottom line is,
so you're giving out the Cardinals?
I'm giving out the Cardinals minus a run and a half. It means I got to win by 2. So you're laying like $1.20 on that one. Then I got my favorite pitcher, and I don't ever mind putting my money on him. My boy Bumgardner. Okay, the Giants. They're not playing anybody special. I forgot actually, but. The story is the guy won 3 games in the World Series. Would you like to put your money on a better guy than that? Okay, now the third game. Okay, so I'm betting that no matter whether people tell me that he's hurt, he's not hurt. I don't care. I love the guy. I'm putting my money down. All right, in the morning, I want to know that I bet on a guy that I really want to put my money on. So anyway, the third game. So now we got the Cardinals laying a run and a half.
Yes.
Man, we're looking to jump on this Colorado. Usually Colorado doesn't play good on the road. I don't know. Baseball's been funny the last week or two. So now the third game. Here's the third game. The third game, I'm taking the Blue Jays, the Tampa Blue Jays. Toronto. No, I'm taking the Tampa Rays.
Devil Rays.
No, they used to be the Devil Rays. They're not allowed to say that anymore. Just like the Washington Redskins, you can forget about that logo. They're going to turn it into the Washington Girl Scouts or something like that. You're not allowed to use Indian names anymore or devil names or any names. Just use my name. Anyway, you can. Everything's going to be the Washington Leapers. Okay. Oh, and they're not going to be too happy about that in New York.
I hope somebody's charting these games because I have a funny feeling.
So there it is.
All 3 of them are going to go up in smoke.
No, well then I go up in smoke. Here's the story. The story is. Well, hold on a second. Thank you. The story is I bet 40 to get back 209. Now, if you don't think I need that, yeah, that's right. 3-teamer. A 3-teamer, and it's a so the third game, we're betting against the Boston Red Sox. The Rays are going to beat them in Boston because Boston really basically stinks. Okay, look at their record. They're like 46-54. They're out of the thing. Now, here's the key. The key is the teddy bear will not be playing third base. He got hurt. I seen it last night on TV.
So
he pulled up lame.
It's going to be like an open alley.
Panda
Balls
bear.
are just going to be going up the third base
The Panda bear is not going to be in. That's their man. It's just like he got the Giants to win the World Series. Well, Boston Red Sox, that's one of their only guys. It's like Marlins not having D. Gordon. Okay, it's the same thing. So anyway, that's what we're doing. and we're trying to turn 40 into 209, which I really need badly.
Yeah, why? What are you going to buy with the money when you win?
Well, by the way, folks, I got glasses now.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Are these a real prescription?
Been trying for a long time to get these glasses. My wife didn't want to pay for them. My hat? No, I always keep my hat on. Here we go. There we go. Pictures.
So
People are taking pictures.
So it's nice you got the glasses. You can actually see again.
Yes, I could see again. Oh, I had such headaches. I didn't even want to gamble at the track. I did not even want to gamble.
You didn't have any glasses.
Holy cow. All I wanted to do was look at my Facebook.
Here's one of your fans. Could you sign your autograph?
Oh, wait a second. This is one of... Wow, my rating. Ooh, this lady smells good. I'm going to give her a nice autograph, man. Well, here it is.
Larry?
Watch. No, Lawrence. It's Lawrence. By the way, in case anybody wants to know my name.
Your real name.
My real name is Lawrence Allen Goldstein. You just don't call the feds and tell them that, okay?
If there's anybody from the Federal Bureau of Investigation watching the stream today,
AKA.
You know where to find him. He's right here in the breezeway at Gulfstream Park.
Right. It's very hard not to find me. So... No. I hate that when they change that. It's bad enough. They changed that name. I've been called La. I was called the Rabbit in football. Oh, by the way, when I was in high school football, when I was 17 in 1971.
Back in Long Island?
Yes, back in Long Island. Jericho High School. Here comes Saturday. Okay, first of all, I was one of the few guys in the high school that ever started in varsity in 11th grade.
Yeah.
And in 11th grade, the guy told me, if Goldstein beats you one more time, he's starting tomorrow, okay? And then I did my little down, out, and up. And there it was, Bruce McDougal, the Goldstein. It was like...
The guy was laying on the ground.
Oh, God, his shoes were on the floor. I'm wide open. So the next day is Saturday morning, and they're taping up everybody's legs in the gym.
Yeah.
And this guy says, okay, here are the starting positions for today. And starting at flanker, number 42, Lawrence Goldstein.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Man. I got so anyway, the guy started crying because it was his senior year. No, because 3 weeks ago he let me into the varsity club. You know when you get that varsity jacket, that blue and white, beautiful. That's a big J on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like the king of sports, the king. I was like the Joe Namath of 1971.
I love that.
Anyway, and I was really like Freddie Bolitnikoff. You get me the ball, and then I'm the rabbit. You can't catch me. I broke the hurdle record in high school and junior high school. I was a rocket ship. I returned punts, kickoff returns. I broke every high school record now, and this is a fact. You could go back to Jericho, 1971, find out my stats, 48 catches, 798 yards,
was this some
and
kind
this
of
is
state
high
record?
school. This was an all-time record.
Was this a state record or just
here's
a
what
school
happened.
record?
We were picked to run dead last in our division, okay? We played against Westbury, and Great Neck South, Great Neck North. Anyway, we had a quarterback that really, this is an unknown person, but the guy threw like 50 yards on a rope, okay? Like Dolphins could use him right now. Anyway, this guy, we were first in goal from the 1.5 yard line, and we threw 4 times. Okay, that's the kind of team we had.
Why didn't they hand it off to you,
no,
the leaper?
There was no hand. I did. Oh, the flanker reverse. Wow, I love that one. The halfback shoots up the middle, he fakes it, and then I sweep around from the tight end position, curl around, and there it is, a little trap play, 36 hole, right through. Then once I get into open field, wow, try to catch me. Unbelievable. So I got taken down on the 2 yard line, and then I got in the huddle, and then the coach came over there. I said, Bruce, man, you got to down and out. I got to get the touchdown. The coach came running in and grabbed me by the face mask. God damn it, Coach, shut the fuck up. Oh, excuse me, I'm not allowed to say that.
You can say that.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, that's what he told me, so
you can say whatever you want.
Don't think football's...
We accept cash.
Right.
Just pay the fine as you walk out.
Oh, my God.
$100, give it a
Fine.
jury. Bet it on the 3.
I'm going to need a few more points on my card to pay it, man.
We don't take those EBT cards over here, right?
Right. Listen, so when you play sports, you want to gamble on sports.
Right.
And that's why I love Pete Rose, because the guy broke every human record, and they burned him in the Hall of Fame. And I, as a matter of fact, have a personalized losing ticket of his signed, and the back of it says, Pete Rose, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Okay, 1,000 winning place.
Isn't that what most people say to you when you come and
Here's
try to
20,
destroy
leave me
their
alone.
day?
Oh, maybe you want to hear the O.J. Simpson story when I met him in the clubhouse and we almost threw each other over the railing. Holy cow. What? Yeah, right. This is the truth. I never thought O.J. did it until I shook his hand. Wow. The hate that came into his hand. Wow. He squeezed my hand like a vice, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
And you knew right there.
Right, I knew right there and then, man.
And O.J. did it.
Right. I always thought it was his son. I figured he couldn't hop the fence, man. But this guy's a lot stronger than I thought. Not that I got anything against you, O.J., man. You know I still love you. You
gave out your full name, so if he does, he knows you're Lawrence Allen Goldstein.
Right. Yeah. Oh, no. Don't say that name. Oh, my God. So anyway, that's it, man.
That's all
Every
you got?
day. No, I got so many stories. First of all, nobody even knows why I'm called a leaper. Okay?
Well, I'd like you to tell the...
Maybe we're just going to give them a heads up on
Why don't
it.
you tell them
About
the
20
story?
years ago, two guys offered me $200 each. To
200 each?
Yeah. In the middle of Flagler Dog Track during the daytime and matinee
Yeah.
to go run across over the track into the pond, get yourself nice and wet, and then come back out and then come and collect your money.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did it.
You
And
leaped-
on the
you
way
leaped
back,
into
I
the-
leaped over, man. I was one. I
And
mean,
you jumped
I
into the
jumped
pond.
into the pond. On the way
This is
back,
where, at the
here's what
Biscayne
happened.
Kennel
No,
Club?
this is at Flagler Doors.
Fabulous
On
Flagler.
the way back,
Yes.
I was using. I told you I was a hurdler,
dripping
right?
wet, right.
No. When I hurdled the wire that the rabbit is attached to,
Here comes Rusty.
sparks came flying out of the bottom
It's
of
a
my
shame
pants.
you didn't get
And all the-
electrocuted.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
We would have missed all these
Wow,
stories.
man.
They find out you did it.
Yeah, the sparks,
It's a
man.
complete
They sparked
takeover
me
here.
up.
How did they
So,
find out
so
that
here's
you
how
leaped over
I go
the-
to run to the car because I got like six.
Leaper
I got.
story, I love it.
I have. I have.
Fan of this.
Yeah, I have 6 security guards chasing me, trying to find me in the Flagler door. So I run to the car.
Yeah.
I change my shorts, my T-shirt,
Yeah.
and I'm coming back because there's only a race or two left, and I want that 400. You understand?
Right.
So I come back sneaking
They
into
give
the
you the
track.
400.
Yeah, I go up to the second floor. I get 200 each from the guy. I was very happy at that point because I
Yes.
was broke, and 400's a lot of cheese.
That was a lot
any
of
way you
cheese,
look at
yeah.
it. Right. So, and I just did a pretty wild thing to get it.
Right. So
So,
you got the
anyway,
400.
so now I'm walking out. And I see all the security guards are just looking for me, and I'm standing next to this guy, and he's
Right.
got this black suit on with the tie, looking for me, and I'm right next to him, and he
They're
doesn't
looking
know.
for the guy that was
yeah,
in the
they
pond.
don't know who it is, and the next thing you see is my sneakers are squeaking and water's coming out of the bottom of my
You
sneakers.
didn't have an extra
he
pair.
pointed at me, and we both smiled, and he took me to security officer and kicked me out for the day.
And how'd you make out with the 400?
Yeah,
Did you have that when you left, or did you
Jesus,
blow it?
No, I did leave with it. I
You
left
left
with
with
it.
the 400.
Yeah, the next day they got me.
They
But,
got you.
Yeah, that's all right. But when you wake up with 400, you feel like $1 million while you're sleeping.
You
man.
felt like king of the world when
Yeah,
you got
I
up.
sure
Yeah.
did, man.
All right, well,
That's
thanks
it.
for stopping by.
Yeah,
It was
anytime.
good to hear those
Anytime.
stories.
And listen,
Yeah.
we all got to go down to Deal Volvo and Volkswagen.
Yes.
Because we got to buy a new car, man.
This is the end of the month. Why don't
yeah,
you
and
take
make some
that
new
jalopy
cars.
you have and,
oh my God, my car won't make it to his place.
If
That's
you
the
could
problem,
get that thing
man.
down there, I'm sure they'd give you a nice trade-in
no,
deal.
No, man. The deal is a deal over there. You know what? If you go to any other dealership in this state of Florida, you are going to the wrong dealership.
So if you want a Volkswagen, there's no place else to go
No,
than Deal
Volkswagen
Volkswagen.
or a Volvo.
Right.
Or he's got cars, I'm sure he's got extra cars back there that people trade in that
What
you
about
can get
where
a
did
deal on those.
the car you're driving now? Where did you get that
I got
thing?
a 99 Monte Carlo.
Where did you
my
get
son's
that?
a mechanic, and my back lights aren't working right now.
Yeah.
Okay? So if I trade my car, and it's got to be during the daytime.
Yes, so they don't check the brake lights. All right,
right.
Larry.
All right, folks.
I-
we do this again. I
I
got
know
a
you're-
million stories for
I know
everybody,
you're
by the
busy,
way.
and we're here every Friday, so stop by again.
Right. Now, if you want to see some hot chicks,
Yeah.
get on my Facebook,
Yeah.
Lawrence Goldstein. I don't know, not too many people are allowed on. I don't have that many friends. They're all these beautiful models from Europe,
Well, I
from
can tell.
every
I mean,
country.
You're a
Oh,
good-looking
my
guy.
God.
I mean, I can understand
when
why
I didn't have my glasses,
these women are crazy over
they
you.
are, man. People say
You
it's
look
not real.
sophisticated now, though, with this
I know,
look.
with the
you
beard,
know?
I know.
Yeah, you got the little
you know,
goatee going and the glasses.
I
mean,
say, everybody says, Oh man, you look so old. You look so old.
you look like a
Listen,
young kid.
man,
Come on,
it
Larry. What are you
doesn't
kidding?
matter.
I mean,
Listen, I'm missing hair on top of my head, and I enjoy the feeling of having it on my face. Okay, and that's the deal, man. That's the deal. They go to deal, Volkswagen Volvo. Okay, all right. Let me go get a new car. Let me win some money. I'll see you guys later. Adios.
and he needs the 6 at Saratoga. So that was it. That was Larry the Leaper. If you made heads or tails of anything he was telling you, I'm sure you've been well educated now in the problems of a gambler and some of the things that he'll go through.
Sick degenerate.
I mean, this guy.
How could you subject our audience
No,
to
I
that?
love the Leaper.
You
Come
love
on.
the Leaper.
I mean,
I
I
do
think
too. Everybody loves him, but he's not necessarily everybody's fan favorite.
Well, I think after the last.
We love him because Dan O'Malley, our good friend from Deal Volkswagen and Volvo here in South Florida.
After the last
vouches for this
15
guy.
minutes of the Leaper on the air, I think he's got a big fan club now.
I don't know that Jory will be able to unload this stock that we're hoping to cash in on. I mean, imagine the investors are sitting there going, okay, I think we can get $10 a share. But didn't they just have Larry the Leaper on their show?
You know,
My God.
the guy, I mean, he's got some amazing stories. And
Yeah, because they're stories. They're
But no,
fabrications.
they're not
No,
fabrication.
they're
These are true. This guy lives that life. He's out of his mind. But you know what? Decent guy, funny guy. I mean, there's guys around here that probably want to kill him.
That's
but
the beauty of the track, and that's why we're glad to be out here at Gulfstream.
Gulfstream Park,
And I
one of
can't
our
believe
favorite
you
spots.
let the Leaper carry the entire show. That's
You're
fantastic.
up there pounding away
No,
at the
I was doing
windows.
nothing.
No, stop. You're
there
not
wasn't
going to get
room
away.
for me on the same show and the same set with you and the Leaper.
You're up there betting like a schmank. I'm sitting here by myself. You know I can't carry the
I'm
show on my
hovering,
own.
No, you're good, man.
I was looking for anybody to fill in at this point, and it just so happened here came the Leaper. So
Contractually, I think you have a problem. I really do.
What do you mean? You think
bringing the
after
Leaper.
that?
No, we had the Leaper on this morning on our radio show, and he was great. He gave out a parlay. I have no idea.
He
what teams
re-gave
picked.
out the parlay here. It was
And he betted himself. He showed you the ticket.
Showed me
saying,
the
I
ticket.
got $40 on this crap.
Wherever he bet that, I mean, it was in some other language. I didn't understand the hieroglyphics on that receipt, but he said it was the Cardinals and the.
There it is.
What is that?
That's one of my friends from Europe. Now you
Easy,
want to know why I'm on
Leap,
Facebook?
Your
Okay.
back's to the camera now.
Sorry.
Get
Oh,
out of
sorry,
here.
folks.
Yeah, your time.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That's me crazy.
We-
Deal Volkswagen and Volvo.
He is
You can
out
see it
of
on the
his
website. Yeah.
mind.
He's out of his
got-
mind, man. That's my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. Please.
You gotta love these guys.
They're stealing your phone.
He'd
I mean,
rather
what's
take my
going-
form than my phone, but
You're not getting the
there's
form.
only
Take
like
the
one
phone.
race left. Anyway, we got to get out of here. The thing
Is
went
it
by too
over?
fast. Yeah, right,
Oh.
Jory? We're good? Yeah. Good to go, baby.
Well,
Jory
let's-
says you guys have 1 hour. If you blow it, that's your problem.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes, man.
All right. Well,
He'll be meeting with the board of directors to tell them, hey, listen, we got to get rid of DeForest and Kyle.
did my stock certificates come in yet?
I think you're going to get a few shares. I get you like
The ones.
we got about 8 shares.
They're not the ones with Eddie Haskell on the
Yeah. There's a picture of Bozo the Clown on this thing.
on the
it's
stock
amazing.
certificates. Yeah, no, I
It's
know.
like if you don't have red hair, you can't cash the stock.
All right, so this is it. We're gone till Monday. You won't see
Monday.
us again.
Hey, a lot of fun being with you. I can't wait till we're doing this in Monmouth Park. That'll be awesome.
Upstart in the Haskell. That's my pick. I'm sticking with it. You know, if you want to be,
We love you guys. Football's around the corner. Can we end with some NFL Films music?
Yes.
Let's try it together.
When these brave men.
No, we need you to go with a
Jory, Todd. See you Monday.
We'll see you guys Monday.
Monday, fun day.
Thanks, everybody. Great
Thanks
week.
for
A lot
tuning
of
in.
fun.
I apologize for the views of the Leaper. We're not the views of this program or
We have nothing to do
anyone
with
else
Sports Stream Network,
affiliated.
Church Stream Network, Music Stream, anything with a stream in it.
But when you do a live
If you're
remote,
fishing in a stream right now,
you never know what you're going to get.
disavow any knowledge of the Leaper, and you'll be okay. See you next week, everybody.
Steve, see you.